start collecting orders and then all of that, but that's going to happen. Hello, Ramon. Hello, Todd Clark. Yes, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Belinda's not here. She's out for a walk on the beach with a friend. So I'm frozen for you. I don't want to be frozen for you. I want to be moving. Oh, damn it. Hey, Betsy, is it loosening up? I can't tell. I can't tell what's going on. Uh, Mario Cara, Maria Corazon. That's a tricky name. I'm sorry about that I can't get that right. Hello, Rachel. Yes, this is the shirt. Great. Restart. Okay. Hello, Scott. Hello, Bruce. Hello, Dave. Okay, good. Raleigh, North Carolina. Man, I miss Raleigh, North Carolina. I used to love going there. See my friend Tommy Williams at Charlie Goodnight's. Will I ever go back to Charlie Goodnight's? Let's ask Mr. Predicto. Oh, there we go.
It cannot be determined at this time.
Ah, cannot be determined at this time. Okay, error loading. All right, Keys is good. Hello, Don. Jen, Rachel wants several shirts so she can buy yours. Well, it's good to be here today. It's our Friday happy hour, and I've got some happy juice. A little Pacifico beer. I've got my Fleur de Lis bottle opener. I got a very hilarious Google Doc, and now off the top of my head, I can't remember who sent it to me, but it was a great daily briefing bingo card that I don't know if it got posted to the chat yesterday or not, but it was pretty great. Rich was making a martini. Great. Good. Hello. Yes, Laura. Yes, that's who said. Laura, I got the bingo card. It really made Belinda and I laugh last night. So yes, feel free to post that in the chat, and everyone everyone can enjoy it when Belinda's back. So, oh, you're gonna post it now. She's gonna post it now. So if you're watching, check the chat. Laura's gonna post the bingo card. It's funny. You can rechange the things on it so everybody's not playing the same card. Rachel, you're definitely getting a Mr. Predicto for Jason. Well, let me ask Mr. Predicto. Should Rachel get Jason and Mr. Predicto? What do you think? It says you don't have to touch it, but sometimes you have to touch it.
The answer cannot be found at this moment.
That's what Mr. Predicto said last time. Mr. Predicto, what good are you if you can't give me the answer to things?
Highly doubtful.
Oh, highly doubtful whether you're any good. Okay, I get it. We'll get back to you in a little bit. So, I've got the beer. I'm ready for happy hour. I don't really, yeah, Jen, all you need is tequila. You don't need any mixers. You don't need any stinking mixers. Come on. I think you know how this works. Ed, Daily Briefing needs a glossary of terms for the viewers' benefits. No one knows where to find the definition of butterdick, for example. Yeah, I get it, Ed. Well, this is a crowdsourcing kind of a situation where I was trying to think of some of the other catchphrases we had, so maybe you and I can work together on that. Yeah, Bruce, it is like a magic 8 ball, but it's a there's the bingo chart. It is like a magic 8 ball, but it's you touch it. You're supposed to just be able. Yeah, should I go to college?
It is a certainty.
I should go to college. Well, it's too late for that, Mr. Predicto. I'm not going to college now. I'm 60 effing years old. Too old for college. Am I too old for college, Mr. Predicto?
The answer you seek is yes.
Yeah, yes, it is. You're right about that. I did know the answer ahead of time. Now you're going to answer one that I haven't asked. Who likes ice cream?
The answer is unclear.
Everybody likes ice cream. Oh, my God. Why am I broadcasting from backstage at Junior High Theater Storage Room? Well, Mark, this is my life. This is what happens if you don't go to college. This is what your office looks like. Well, I did go to college. I just didn't finish going to college. I left early, and so that's why I'm here. Chemical engineering. Oh, so So yeah, Belinda couldn't be here today because she's walking on the beach. I could be here because what do I have to do? I'm rereading an old sci-fi book. Let me grab it because oh my god, I had thought that this book was was really great, and I just recommended it to a friend and bought the new edition. This is the old edition that I had, and this was recommended to me by the amazing Jonathan, and I remember really liking it. And so I'm just about 15% into it. So I am enjoying it. It's called Replay by Ken Grimwood, and it's a sci-fi, and it's about a guy who dies, and then he goes back into his 20-year-old self's body, but he can remember all the things that he can remember his whole life up until then. So anyway, he's 20 years old, but he's actually 48 years old or whatever it is, and it's a little bit of a Groundhog Day with a little horror sci-fi twist to it. So I'm reading this. If you want to be in the book club, get on it. Laura, you're saying it is a great book. Yeah, I remembered really liking it, but then as I'm reading it now, I'm 15% in, and there's some kind of sex scene stuff in it where he's back in his 21-year-old body, so he's with a young hottie now because he knows how to talk and be around ladies, and also he's got money. So there's some it's pretty PG rated Cinemax type sex stuff, but it does have kind of a juvenile feeling to it. But yes, I remember the story as being great, and I will read the rest of it. And I mean, look, I'm a boy, so that didn't bother me. The author is Ken Grimwood. Ken Grimwood, and it's about, you could buy the paperback on Amazon for not that much. Jen, yes, the amazing Jonathan is hysterical. So when I started in San Francisco, the amazing Jonathan was based out of San Francisco. That's where he figured out how to do what he did. So he was a contemporary, ahead of me a bit, but a contemporary. And so I lost touch with him over the past 10, 15 years. I think he's gotten kind of ill, and he went on to have just this huge success. Amazing Jonathan is so great. So if you'd like to go down a rabbit hole after this show, check out Amazing Jonathan on YouTube. God, the guy's so funny. Magic comedy, dark comedy magic. What are you saying, Ed? Your most read sci-fi novel was Andromeda Strain. Oh, was living in Nigeria in high school without TV, so we reread books frequently. Yeah, Andromeda Strain is a tough one. That wouldn't be yeah, especially now, pandemic-y. It's a little bit pandemic-y. And I'm not really into the pandemic-y movies, although maybe I am. I just don't even know what to think about this whole... what do you do to take care of yourself? Do you read more pandemic-y stuff? I was bumming out and trying to really focus on when am I going to be able to go back and do jujitsu, and now it's like, well, maybe I just need to just pretend that I can't do that, and wait for try not to even think about it till it comes back. But then of course I can't do that, so then I'm watching tutorials on the internet. I ordered a wrestling mat, to put in the yard so I can practice moves by myself in the yard. So I'm a little bit worried about myself. Laura, you're reading the first book in the Culture series, Consider Phelbus, by Ian Banks. Yes, and I have that in my. I think I have the audio book of that, Consider Phelbus. So maybe I'll dive into that when I'm finished with this. we can have that as part of our book club. Jen, you're stuttering a bit in the chat. So I think Belinda's back, but that doesn't mean she's going to come in here. She did already ask to be excused, so she's probably not. Let me ask Mr. Predicto, do you think Belinda will come in and make an appearance in the show today?
Without hesitation, yes.
Well, that's great. I think people are really going to be sticking around for that. Oh, you want me to answer another question?
Now is not the right time to tell you.
I didn't think you wanted to answer another question. At the beginning of this, you watched every Outbreak movie, and you weren't scared anymore. But now you would be. Yeah, the Outbreak. It's just so crazy. America feels like such a nut job right now. Feels like we're living inside a nut job. But it's hard not to feel like a nut job when you're living inside of a nut job. God, I wonder what my temperature is right now. Let me take that just for safety's sake. 97.7. I'm pretty normal. My temperature is consistent. I'm not getting sick in spite of all the naughty things that I'm doing, which is not that many naughty things. But I do go to the grocery store, and I went to the birthday barbecue with some of my jiu-jitsu friends, and I'll admit it, I hugged a few people. But I feel great. But I feel great. Richard, what are you saying? You're betting you're the only one reading Infinite Powers about the development of calculus. Ah, boy, that's probably a safe bet. I don't know where do you go to place a bet like that, Richard. But as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you're a winner there. Did I ever watch Train to Busan? I didn't because I couldn't get Belinda into it, and it's a zombie thing, so I have to watch it on my own here in my man cave. And so so I haven't gotten around to it, but it's in my queue, so I do mean to watch it. I do mean to watch it. Would you like a bit of useless trivia from the compendium of useless trivia? I really should have prepared a little. Well, so I did. I did a bit of preparing today. I looked at some more of that dolphin. Margaret, what's her name? Her dolphin experience with this dolphin Peter. And so it was not only were they in a house, but the upper floor of the house they had sealed off so that her apartment, the dolphin, she and the dolphin lived in this apartment together where the water was like knee deep or a little bit deeper, so that she would walk around the apartment and make tea, and she had a desk that was suspended from the ceiling with a phone, and then the deck there was an outdoor deck that had 2-3 foot of water in it, so the dolphin could go into the living room and the kitchen and be next to the bed. Oh God, I did that. We did watch Even the Rain, Keys, and it was great. We enjoyed Even the Rain. Yeah, we did watch that. Thank you for that. Well, that was a good, solid recommendation. Yeah, Ramon says it's a good place to start reading the calculus book is the statistic. Oh, I guess you're trying to figure out the odds of what to bet on. Oh God, the dolphin. Yes, Jen, the dolphin. Peter, the dolphin. I think that was a mistake. Well, she made a mistake. We all know that. Let's get into the useless trivia. How about this one? The Fortunate Jailbird. The city of Saint Pierre on the Caribbean island of Martinique, or Caribbean if you prefer, was completely destroyed within 3 minutes when Mount Pelée erupted on May 8th, 1902. Of the city's 30,000 inhabitants, only one man was found alive. He'd been locked up in a deep underground jail cell. How about that? So that's how you survive a volcano. Well, first you've got to get arrested. Then you've got to do something that gets you thrown into the deep underground cell. Well, this is definitely an example of you think something bad is happening to you, and then it turns out to be something good. The only person who survived on this island when this volcano erupted was the guy who was locked in this deep subterranean under the earth cell. So that guy thought that he was the loser of all losers, and then he came out okay. Keys, you finished Perry Mason the first season. I can't believe it. We couldn't even get through the first episode. It was so kind of little kid. Did it get a little less dark? Does he ever become a defense attorney? Don't answer these questions. I just can't even. I don't even want to know if I know what I know. But yeah, I was a little disappointed with Perry Mason. I wanted him to be an attorney, not a. Yeah, Jen, you just lost HBO Go? Yeah, I think we've lost it too. Our provider didn't sign up for HBO Max, so I think I'm going to have to ditch my provider's HBO and sign up for HBO Max on the make an outside subscription, because it cannot stand. It cannot stand. Who let him out, you're asking, Laura? Well, it doesn't say who let him out, but I'm assuming that there was some kind of maybe the gates, maybe there was, well, they wouldn't have been electronic gates, would they, in 1902? Maybe the jailer let him out, maybe because it was a volcano blast that was also an accompanying earthquake. Maybe the bars were melted by hot lava. It's hard to know, but here in the compendium of useless information, they don't give you a ton of details. They just tell you a little bit of a fact. Here's another one. Unusual bird. An unusual bird indeed is the Hoatzin, a rare South American species with no close relatives. That's sad. You really do need family, especially at a time like this. A crested bird, smaller than a pheasant, the Hoatzin dines on leaves. But the strangest thing about the bird, well, I get it doesn't seem that strange that it eats leaves. I mean, can you believe it eats leaves? It's a bird. Who knows what they eat? But the strangest thing about this bird is the young have claws on their wings in addition to those on their feet. These claws help the baby Hoatzin climb about in the trees. Well, so I'm assuming that's like bats have those little claws at the hinge where their bat wing goes down like that, and they have a little claw that's attached to the hinge. Anyway, yeah, Keys, you new cable. Yeah, we really got to get rid of. We really got to get rid of. We really got to get rid of our cable provider. I found out there's a new internet thing in Santa Monica that they're passing. I can't look it up because it's on my phone, and my phone's involved in this whole show. But there's a new cable provider here that I'm going to have to write down and see if you guys know anything about next time on Monday. Motivational Monday. Man, is that going to be a good one. It's real corker. Bye, Jamie.
Bye, darling.
That's
Love
our
you.
friend that Belinda was on the beach with. I wish Belinda would come and be on the show, but, we can't have her be on the show. She's too busy. Jamie is a person, Jen, that I go to Jazz Fest with. If you're keeping score at home. It's Jazz Fest time, everybody. Let's all have a little snort. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes, Jen, you're right. Dragons have claws on that hinge also in Game of Thrones. Yeah, that reminds me. So I've got to take care of that HBO issue. And then what's the other thing I've got to do? I've got to tell you about this other internet provider because it's some kind of neighborhood mesh network, I think, that's going on, and they're trying to go global. In addition to that, of course, terrible Jeff Bezos is trying to install some satellites over the earth that are going to beam the internet down to us. How could that possibly go wrong? I don't know. Then I've also got this book for today that I brought in here. This is Whatever You Think the Opposite by this guy, Paul Arden. And he's written another book, too. I can't remember the name of it. I wonder if it's in here. But he's an advertising executive. And so there's little snippets in here of stories about how you do the opposite thing. So this is not Motivational Monday, but here's one of the pages in the book. It's a picture of a hammer, and it says, "Do it, then fix it as you go." Too many people spend too much time trying to perfect something before they actually do it. Instead of waiting for perfection, run with what you've got and fix it as you go. And the interesting thing is that this guy, I think, wrote this book in the 80s, and that advice is also a tech company startup advice. They always say if you're not embarrassed by your product, you waited too late to launch it. You got to get it out there, and get it going. Here's one. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives a mimicry. Their passions a quotation. Boy, well, and then that's Oscar Wilde said that, and then there's a bunch of sheep on the other page. I feel like we're getting a lot of people mimicking other people today. Man, I just saw another thing. It's just, you can't keep track of how many people you're mad at nowadays, You can't keep track of how many people you're mad at because you're mad at the racists, you're mad at the MAGA hat people you're mad at the people who aren't wearing masks, and sometimes you're wearing a mask, and you're just mad at so many people. And then now there's a blue line flag. We're supposed to be mad at the people who are wearing a blue line flag. And I think I just bought some neck gaiter kind of bandanas. And I think one of them might have that blue, it's a black and gray flag that looked pretty cool with a blue line to it. And now that's some kind of racist flag thing. So I got to get rid of that, man. Yes, Jen, it's great advice for your writing career. You need to get that started. Try and get started by Monday if you can. Anything worth doing is worth doing wrong until you learn to do it right. Zig Ziglar. Yeah, thank you, Andrea. That's a good one. That's a good one. Rich, you're mad at everyone. Yeah, I go through times like that. It's good to realize that you're mad at everyone and then not get mad, not express that anger towards people. That's my advice. But Elon Musk is doing low orbit, massive amounts of satellites. Yeah, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are both doing this. Thank you, Ed. Both doing this. This idea to try and give us all space-based internet. I mean, I just kind of feel like I'm mad at the cable company because they want to charge you. Hey, it's only $40 for internet, but you got to also pay $40 for cable, and it's like, look, those are the same. You charge me $50 for both. I'll do it, but otherwise, I just can't. You're not mad, Rich, but you like one of these T-shirts. Well, I'm going to try and get these T-shirts. Clinton is going to print them to order. I'm going to put a thing up on my website. It's not up there yet. I have to figure that out. And then you'll be able to order them on the website. It'll probably take orders for a month, and then Clinton will print them and ship them. And so all that's going to start happening soon. Keys, you're saying maybe I've just gone mad. This is the guy with the pants on his head. Yeah, I think we've all gone a little bit crazy. I mean, I start to worry sometimes. Like Belinda she couldn't make the show today because she had other plans. So sometimes I kind of feel like I'm still in the house doing the Varinus briefing and the whole world is starting back up. But then you watch the news and you're like, those people are crazy for starting back up. They should not be out there doing those things. And yet they are. I think it's safe to say that Belinda's not coming in here. So I've got a bit of snark, and yeah, Ed, you're right. The only thing worse than finding people when you're out walking is not finding people when you're out walking. Delicious Friday happy hour. So I don't know what everybody's got planned for Friday night. This is again, naughty us, we're having some people over to socialize on our outside deck, and we're going to serve them some snacky snacks and have some drinky drinks. And then we're going to disperse. We're not going to get close to each other. There's not going to be any hugging. And so we're doing that. Yeah. Oh, now Belinda's... Jerry, are you coming in here for a second?
No, I really can't. I'm so far behind. I could say hello, quick hello.
Yeah, come in and say hello.
Yeah,
it just would really be a treat.
Yeah, okay.
It would really be a treat. I can see you walking by.
Yeah.
And
hi.
look at this.
Yeah, I'm looking. I know where the... Oh, God.
You can't even sit down. We're 5 minutes from the end.
No, because I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry.
What have you got to get done right now?
I've got to go shop at Whole Foods, get food, come home, cook food for people who are coming at 5:30. So I have very little time. So I love you guys, and I'm sorry that it has to be...
Hey, Mr. Predicto, do you think Belinda will finish in time for the party?
Yes.
Sweet.
Very definitively yes.
Congratulations. Yay. Mr. Predicto is on your side.
He loves me. I love you guys.
He does.
Best not to say no.
Oh my God. Who's that for?
Oh, something's happening out in the
something's
yard.
Just happened. You've had some big packages.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll come out and I've got some big packages in the yard. Woo, this could be that. I can't be the mats I ordered because I just ordered that this morning. That would be freaky. All right, so let's read a little bit of the to round out the week and then get ready to go into the weekend. What do we got? Dwight Howard today. This is from Seize the Day 2. Today is a new day. Even if you were wrong yesterday, you can get it right today. Okay, that one's all right. I like that. Oh, this is the one that I wanted to read. This is from Unknown. The 5x5 rule. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes being upset about it. That is a good rule. That is easier said than done. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. The trick is figuring out what's going to matter in 5 years. I don't know what's going to matter. I was looking, Jen, at the drive-in comedy shows. That looks great, but those guys, Jim Gaffigan and Bert Kreischer, they have quite a bit bigger audience than me. So I think I think for me it's going to be more backyard kind of shows. I think I may just go on a tour of house parties after the Varinus is over. House parties and jiu-jitsu parties. That's what I'm up for. It sounds pretty good to me, actually. It doesn't sound, I mean, there's a patheticness to it, but it also sounds really good to me. I would love to see all you guys sometime. So maybe what we could do, maybe what we could do is maybe next week. Well, I can't say for sure because I've got a bit of a corporate gig next week. But maybe next week we could try a Zoom happy hour after the show, or maybe that's next weekend. We could try that. So let's think about that. Let's think about things that we could all do together. Please download your Varinus bingo from earlier in the chat, and take care of yourselves. Julie, you're going to start having packages delivered to my house. I got an email. I can't remember who sent me the email, but it was saying, hey, you were surprised that someone could find your address. Well, I found your address and it wasn't that hard. No, I'm not trying to freak you out. I was like, whoa, it's a little bit scary. But yeah, it's all love here. I feel fairly safe with you guys, but please don't come over unannounced. If you think you could, just let's make plans if we're going to get together in person. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. I'm going to call my website helper, get on this t-shirt thing. Hopefully that's going to get sorted by next week. Next week, I've got a corporate gig that I'm going to be doing. It's a virtual one, but I think I'll still easily be able to do the show because it's online and I'm going to be here at the house. So hopefully Belinda will be here on Monday, although Motivational Monday, I think I can handle that without her if I have to. But I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great dinner. Keys, put your pants on, take them off, do what you need to do. That goes for everyone. Put your